1, 2. 1, 2. All right. I really mean it too, damn it. Yeah. We're gonna let this ride. Welcome aboard, everybody. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Make yourself nice and comfortable. We going in tonight. Let's see who we got in the chat room. We're gonna give a minute, let this warm up a little bit. Taking them uptown with this right here. You heard? We got Ted Hicks. That's the high award. I'll take it. Getting it. See, that's my man. See, he pays admission before the show begins. You understand? He gets it started off right with them coins. It's not all about the money, but I'm just saying it's a good look. Tony D in the chat. We got a special one today. In the house, we got Anthony Davis. You know we got T. Ronnie Robinson in the building. That's what we do on Sunday nights. You already know that. So we'll give a minute. Let people come in. Yeah. I think he was on. I think Ted was. He paid early admission. So let's see what we got. We got nice mild Sunday night. Coming in live. Continuation and shit. Bring it down, baby. Yeah. Eleanor Marie in the building. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it today. This gonna be a hot one. It's gonna be on some continuation-ish today. Of course, with a little bit of new flavor. We're gonna sprinkle some new seasoning on top. Give it like a different twist. If you know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna do what we do. Had to let that play to get the copyright strike. Dipset, goddammit. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining us for another exciting episode of Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. I am your host, Ace World, doing it how we usually do it on these Sunday nights. In the building, let's see, we got T. Ronnie Robinson in the house. Give it up, y'all.
Sunday Night Smokers.
We also got a special guest in the building, Anthony Davis. Give it up for Anthony Davis.
Everybody, what's going on? Yay!
We in the bang.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Coming, man. I'm glad you pulled up tonight, man. Thanks for coming. What we doing tonight in the bag? Let's see. Let's dig deep. Oh, we don't got to dig too deep because we coming right off the top. I sent a couple of other invites to some people that continued. You got Eleanor. All good. Take your time. Tony D. All good. Take your time. But we're gonna roll into a couple of things real quick. First, give us a little background on yourself, Mr. Davis. For those that are not familiar with Anthony Davis, give us your just a quick rundown who you are.
Yeah, my name is Anthony Davis, and I'm 46, single, and technically disabled. And but I do various things on the internet. One, I'm very active in the web series community, so I help a lot of web series creators and a lot of independent movie creators. Help them by promoting their stuff and getting to know what they do, and promoting them through my Facebook group called Web Series Friends. I also am an avid I'm guessing I'm getting to be an avid gym goer, the way that I am.
I see you.
So
I see you in
so
there.
so
Mhm.
I do a lot of broadcasts from the gym, showing me working out, and kind of have to be with all the health problems I have. I kind of have to really keep on contact with my health more than a typical 46-year-old does. You can see me on here playing Uno a lot. When I when I get bored or when I get bored with my
Ah,
beard and my mustache,
big up to the Uno team out there.
yeah, yay! When,
You know what I mean? Big up to the Uno team.
when I get bored with my beard and mustache, I'll set my camera up and I'll do a live broadcast of me shaving my beard and mustache off just
And
because
I actually did see
I
that, and I
do.
was like, "What the fuck am I watching here?"
So,
I was like, "Yo," but see, but you know what that is? That's fearless live streaming. My man was just like, "Yo, I'm cutting my beard," and this was
yeah,
about a month ago because I actually watched it. They was like, "Anthony Davis is on live." I said, "Oh shit, let me see what my man AD is up to." I pulled up. I'm like, "Nigga, shaving."
yeah. So, look,
Big up to those that shave once every couple of months.
that's the way I am. You know, when the moment hits me, I do very random things on the net, and especially with live streaming, because that's where the most heartfelt things come from. Is when you do
And
it very impromptu and very random,
Mhm.
and you get to say the most heartfelt things and show the most uh, impromptu and heartfelt things at that time. And
Right. It's genuine, basically.
so,
It's
yeah,
genuine.
I like the
It's
genuine side.
it's genuine and it's
So,
spontaneous type of thing.
so
So
yeah,
AD, like,
and
no, go ahead.
that should be my catchphrase now. Is Anthony Davis? What the f am I watching here?
Yo, I was just like, damn, now, that's up close and personal. Like if you can watch me shave, you know what I'm saying? As long as we not manscaping up here, we good.
But
So we could do both.
I also do interviews with my friends. I did
Mhm.
an interview about a month ago with my friend Errol Cooksey, who does a podcast called Malice. You can see a 2-hour broadcast of me and her talking with Jim in Chicagoland. Um,
Oh yeah,
Helping
big up
us
to the
out,
Chicago man.
and he was helping us out in the background, and we talked about true crime and the impact on crime and society, and if it's a nature and nurture versus thing. And also,
Ooh, perfect segue.
I've done a interview with my friends Jeff Burns and Mark Pyle, who does Super Geeked Up and John Entertainment. I was telling people about the web series community and web series in general, and uh, so I've done a lot on HAPS since I've been here.
Big up.
So
Anthony Davis getting it popping. We got Tony D in the joint. Hang on, AD. Tony D, what's up, big brother? Let me
Tony,
pull you
What's
up in
going
the
on? What's going on? What's up,
come on and
Anthony?
introduce
Tony,
get
What's up,
people up
T
in here
Roney?
before I roll into
Finally
this.
get to be on a broadcast with T Roney on the camera. I can't believe it. Drop a bomb, please. This is
I'll put
the
the wig
first
on.
lady, the first lady of the Sunday Night Smoke podcast. What's going on?
Rochelle Smith in the building also.
hey
Hey, big up
Rochelle.
Rochelle for pulling up. I see you. Yeah, we're gonna get heavy. This is gonna end up heavy. This is gonna get heavy. I'm gonna pull some of y'all up, right? But what I want to do, right? I want to get in. I'm gonna roll into this information right here. So I'm gonna pull this right here. Boom. I'm gonna drop this right here, like that. I'm gonna set this up. So Tony D, how's everything going with you, bro? Everything good?
Yo, I owe you an apology because
No, it's no big deal. Talk to me.
I didn't realize Kanan was coming on the same time you was broadcasting. I'm like, oh, I'm
Look,
stuck.
if you're gonna make moves, look, if you're gonna make moves, listen. We're gonna be on. Listen, Tony D, I'm gonna roll out some stuff.
He gotta record that. Don't tell him to leave. He needs to record it.
I'm gonna roll over.
Don't
Well, this is where the smoke is at. That's
This
where,
is
you know what
smoke.
I'm
This is
saying?
smoke right
I'm
now.
not throwing no shade on nobody, but this is where the smoke is at. So
I'm still on that cane injector.
I'm under fire right now, and T-Roney's right. I'm going to have to watch the rerun, which I am going to do because I'm looking at Baisley Park and I'm like, oh, I'm having flashbacks.
you put it, you know what it is? No, you put it. Look, my thing is this, like you did. Yo, what's up, Javine? I always hold on. You're gonna shine too. I'm gonna bring all y'all up. What's up,
Big
bro? How you
G's
doing?
in the building. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
everybody here
We
tonight.
G's.
What's
part
up,
of my Saturday afternoon smoke with Chrissy and Eleanor. You know what I'm saying?
Lady Eleanor's in the building.
JS in the house. You know, I'm not abbreviate. So
T-Ron,
hopefully
if you have never met Eleanor, Eleanor's peeps straight
yeah,
up.
she met Eleanor. Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
okay, good.
Yeah, they've been on. So we chilling. What up though? We doing what we do. What we doing right here. Good, just perfect segue. So we're gonna roll right now. Rochelle Smith, what up though? This is what up. Right now, what's up is this. What's up is Red Pill Revelations, because that's what we got in the bag today. Right? So for those that don't know, and for those that don't tune into Secondhand Smoke Show, which airs on Fridays, 5 p.m. Eastern time, right? Last Friday, we aired The Red Pill. Colin Porter in the house. What's
Big
up?
up to Colin, my good man.
All right. So we aired The Red Pill. This is hot. This is gonna be a hot one. So we aired The Red Pill, right? So The Red Pill, what that basically was a documentary which was produced in 2016, and it pretty much shed light on a men's rights movement that was slowly bubbling behind the scenes, right?
Mhm.
So we went into that. So what I'm gonna do right now, for those that didn't catch it, I'm gonna do a quick I'm gonna just drop a quick trailer on it, and this is what you missed, right? But we're gonna keep rolling because we don't got time to revisit that, right? So let's see. I'm gonna try to hold on. Let me try to set this up right.
We ran through like the first 30 minutes. That mess was heavy.
It's heavy, yeah. It's a lot of it's a lot of real talk. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Stuff I didn't even realize. So big ups, man. Jeez.
It was a lot of heavy. It was some heavy business. So let me see if I can bring this up right here. Let's go here. Let's let me see. I'll take myself down like this. I'm gonna pull y'all down one by one. I need y'all to hang tight in the queue. All right. You guys hang tight. Cook up a bag of popcorn.
Mm.
Something. And let me try to jump this off. Let me try to jump this off right here. So we're gonna do like this, right? That work my way into this shit. So let's go, baby.
And big ups for that Dipset intro. I was liking that.
Subculture widely described as the men's rights movement.
Declaring the month of October to be Bash a Violent Month.
I decided to go where no feminist has gone before and meet these men's rights activists.
Men and boys are in crisis and they need your support because they are human beings too. And you will not shame anybody here into silence about it anymore.
Every society survived based on its ability to train its sons to be disposable.
The U.S. government does not want to send you to die. They'd rather send me to die.
93% of workplace fatalities are men. 4 of 5 suicides.
The family court system truly is biased against men. I mean, there's just no question about it.
How can anybody not be angered by it? But if you start to talk about those issues, people get hostile. The paradigm that most people live by. Men have all the power, women don't make the same money for the same work. That is feminist training.
Flexibility of the role is where we should be all headed.
So where do the men's movement and feminism disagree?
This is the men's rights movement, the gender version of the
the men's grandfather's generation. We had these, well, you know, grow up.
She told her friend she was going to trick me into fathering the child.
I called a bunch of domestic violence shelters. Every place said, we don't help men.
I reported my domestic assault. I did not bring up the fact that I was sexually assaulted. There was no way he was going to believe that I was going to be the victim of sexual assault.
All the evils of the world's from Patrick. We're the ones dying. We die for you guys.
I don't know where I'm headed, but I believe this is not flattering to men. Talk about men's.
We're not blaming men. We just named everything bad after them.
I think I agree with everything you said, but there's still some kind of unsettling doubt.
Okay. So let's that's what we're working with. So let's bring this back up here. Somebody has television playing in the background. Please mute yourself or turn it down. Somebody has something going on. Maybe you, Tony D. Turn that down a little bit, please. Keep the background.
I had it on mute too, and I heard I put it on mute. And
Okay, it always happens to you. You got the magic dog. You got the magic box because anytime your shit is muted, the shit still plays. Big up to the magic unmute muter. Phone lines are open. 515-602-9602. We will try to get at ya. You know what I'm saying? Gabrielle Williams in the house. Thank you for pulling up. So right now that was everybody that's in here. So far in here we have Eleanor Marie, Tony D, Anthony Davidson, T. Roney. So I'm gonna unmute everybody. Did everybody get a chance to by any chance? Let me Kimchi, what's up, mommy? Did everybody get a chance to view the documentary by any chance?
Yeah, I watched it Friday. When I got home, I watched it.
All right, Eleanor, did you get a chance to check it out? I think you said you did in the chat room, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Tony D, did you check it out in its entirety by any chance?
I ran through the first 30, 45 minutes while I was cleaning up. Heavy information, like I said. I didn't finish it all the way through, but I am going to because these are the kind of documentaries I'll be looking for. This is the kind of information I'll be searching for, so I appreciate it, definitely.
So even if you didn't get it, so to what's her name? Check it out. But basically that was like a trailer on the actual thing that we played, like on the actual documentary. So right now, see, but that particular because I want to go over a couple of Red Pill things, right? And I'm not a scholar, a Red Pill scholar, right? I was actually Red Pill that later on as the program proceeds, right? But you have several different factions and several different realms of Red Pill awareness, right? And we discussed that the other day, Eleanor Marie, right? So I wanted to not just go into the male-female aspect of Red Pill awareness. I kind of wanted to cover a more basic introduction because that information may have been a little too heavy. So when I'm rolling a short clip, this is not a document. This is an interview, and I will be bringing this later on tonight. I will be posting this interview in its entirety tonight after this show. Okay. So after the interview, if anybody to come back up and have some dialogue, right? We're going to the next phase right here, right? I'm going to play this next clip, and this is going to give a more general, smooth over of different. This is going to give some different. Tony D, just turn your mic down, Tony D.
I got it on mute. Straight up. I got it on mute.
I don't want to hear your family. I don't mean, but like, we don't want to hear your business.
No, I had it on mute. I had the microphone mute.
You know, we want to hear your personal stuff.
Yeah, I had it on mute for real.
Yeah, never for some strange reason.
How about now?
Your shit always comes through. Dang it, because anyway though. So once again, but anyway, we're in the unmuted muted. But we're gonna pull into this right here, right? And this is gonna be an interview, right? And we're gonna this is gonna be some pretty. It's gonna be pretty interesting, to say the least. Oh shit! Did I fuck that up? No. Yes, I did. All right, hang tight, guys. Not too bad. I just wanted to get the audio game right. You know what I'm saying? Let's take this to the top. You know, everything was going smooth. But we're gonna take this to the top because I want everybody to get the full credit for their participation. And this is fair use as well. This is fair use content. Okay, so let's get into it.
Welcome back to the 21 Convention 2018 of Orlando, Florida. Speakers, former heavyweight boxer, retired military, and a physicist with a BA, recent graduate. He's also a blogger at edlattimore.com. Without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage Ed Lattimore.
So good morning to everyone. I like coffee, very black. It's the only way I drink it. Everybody who follows me on Twitter knows I got this running series of coffee so black jokes. And it'd be weird if you came up and I was drinking coffee with cream. That's why I say the best part about these kind of things is that you get to see the authentic person behind the internet persona. So I'm not a phony. I'm drinking black coffee like the rest of you. So my speech today, my presentation today is title, Being Red Pill and a Blue Pill World, How to Keep Your Mind and Soul in the Madness. When I was thinking about everyone, I wanted to draw on something personal to me because I'm a big believer that if you're going to do anything involving whether it be content or even working, that you should come from a position of experience and not just theory. And so for me, everyone's got their event that makes them red pilled. My event was at 23. I went through a harsh breakup and started dating a girl who was seeing a few other guys. And long story short, she tricked me and made me think that I had a child on the way that was not mine. And eventually I learned it was not the other guys either who we thought it was another guy. So we go through this. I'm like, man, how did this happen? I thought I was a savvy guy, but turns out, man, your ego can be incredibly blinding. So I went through this phase when I was 23, mostly 22, 23, 24, where I was really, I was a voracious consumer of red pill content and really trying to figure out how to make sure I would never be in a position to accept such meager offerings in my life and ever again. But it's not everyone interested in learning. Everyone is interested in the truth. Not everyone's interested in knowing how things work. They just want things to work out, hopefully magically. And if it's not, this life wasn't just for them. And when you talk to those people, some of them are going to be your friends, your family. In fact, most of them are going to be. And that's why we're all here from all around the world. Very few of us got so lucky that we were surrounded by a bunch of like-minded red pill guys who were in on the truth and knew what the game was all about. So I had to figure out how to exist amongst these people, and I failed miserably in many ways. And today I'm going to talk about not only how I failed, but how I want some of you who are in various stages of swallowing this pill, how you can go on and not be lonely because, like Socrates was saying in his speech before, loneliness is a big deal. And we may not be birds of the same feather, but we can definitely flock together. And if we don't, we're going to fall. So let's get on with it.
Let's get it.
Quick review for the older guys who know this, or the veterans and some of the new guys. The blue pill, what is the red pill? I'm one of those people, I know there's some debate about this, but my stance is that you can be red pilled about anything. It doesn't just apply to women. However, today we're going to be talking about it in the context of relationships. But you can be red pill about politics, about nutrition, all of these things. But what is red pill? Molding your life to the expectations of society, regardless of what your desires are. We're just going along to get along. We're not going along to make ourselves healthy.
Get along, gang.
Believe in everything you're told about how things are without questioning how they work. It's like Santa Claus, man. You tell a kid for so long that Santa exists, and the kid's gonna get mad at you one day when you go, you know what? Those presents didn't just fall down the chimney. And a lot of people, anyhow, not us, hopefully, a lot of people still believe in Santa. And that's believing every told as opposed to figuring out, yo, man, we got to go put this work in by these presents, And operating from a state of fear, this is a big one because in order to keep you believing these things, there has to be something that you're afraid of running towards. There has to be some risk you're afraid to take. The payoff has to seem not worth it. And the way, this is maintained, and you got to be on, you pick a side. That tribe where you're not even naturally part of that tribe, which is how you got, so tribe you got pulled into. Many of us are like that in terms of the religion that we were given, and religion is a very good thing. But many of us are not allowed to question the things that go on for fear of looking like a traitor. Many of us are not allowed to question, or we feel question the nutritional advice given to us by the masses, the food pyramid, and many of our nutritional options that have resulted in a 70% obesity rate in this country. We question that, and people look at us like we're crazy. But we're not questioning it. We're afraid to stand out. We're afraid to be pushed aside. We're afraid to have everyone look at us. It's like that saying, you can be the hammer or the nail. Well, many of us feel like we're the nail, and we don't want to stick out. We just want to get hit back down as soon as we can, or we prefer it happens that way, so we don't have to deal with more conflict from outside. But what is the red pill? Let's get to the positives. Going after what you want in your life, regardless of what society says. This one thing. Some of us want a bunch of girls. Some of us want a relationship. Some of us want to live in the forest. Some of us want to live in the city. Doesn't matter, but it's going after what you want. Some of the biggest arguments I have with people is that I have a very clear, and I've always had a very clear idea that I want out of life. And some of it agrees with what everyone wants. Some of it does not. But what's important is it's mine. And I see the reaction when I send for, what I think I want out of life. So I know that based on some of the conversations I had last, I know that many people have the exact same experience. Forming opinions based on real world experience and not socialist indoctrination, also known as bro science. I'm a big fan of bro science personally, and this is from a guy, who has a degree in physics. I 100% believe that, it doesn't have to be right to be correct. Whatever works for you is what works for you, and if it brings you happiness and it does not destroy other people, then you're doing all right. And operating from a state of abundance, and this one should be clear. If you believe that it's possible to do a thing, then you can go out and do that thing. And that sounds, like some kind of motivational hoorah or whatever. But I was looking at some video of some guy going around picking up girls on the beach. And it was one of those YouTube videos, they say some are staged, some are not, who knows, right? Point is, my buddy and I were looking at these videos and we said, that looks so cool. And then another friend of ours was like, man, that's obviously fake. You can't. And I didn't argue with my friend, but I did, some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this presentation. I had enough experience with those things. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to look at you and wonder why you don't think that's possible. But I'm not going to argue. So what happened when you swallow the red pill? Some of you are familiar with these steps, but if not, here's our review. It's not this way. You don't think the world, you're in the denial stage. Everyone is in denial at the beginning. For how the world is. I hate that it's this way. Anger. And we all get so mad at how things really are. No one just jumps from, all right, isn't real, and they just accept it. Nah, man, kids throw tantrums, man. That's just what happens. And many of us are kids in this way. Some of it's this way, but not at all. You try to eat some of it, throw the rest of it back up, but you can't go back to fairy tale land. I guess this is not too hip on the particular lingo, or at least what constitutes this phrase, but I suppose this is what some people refer to as purple pill, you know, where you have swallowed this thing and you're like, oh God, it tastes horrible. And you're trying to throw it back up and it comes back up purple. And it's like, hey. Holy shit, it really is this way. Depression. You know, once you take in that people are going to be a certain way, and it just can't go that way. You know, we talk about hypergamy, and that concept really bothers a lot of people. But who it bothers more than guys who reject it, or guys who have accepted it, and they realize that it places the burden of performance on them. They cannot just have it the way they want it to be. You have to work to be a certain way. As I always say, nature does not care about your feelings. Nature is not a social justice warrior. Nature only cares if you can fight and if you can reproduce. I usually say another word that begins with F, but there's some editing up here. And the last part, it's all true. Acceptance. Once we reach this point, or, you know, you're somewhere along the way, you got to make a choice. You're going to go, okay, well, what's next? Everyone has a different response to it. You know, regardless whether you're MGTOW or your PUA or you want to build a trad life or whatever, the point is you come to that conclusion only after you've absorbed all of this. That doesn't mean your conclusion is right or wrong, but your process that you've arrived at it is correct. You have seen that the world is in desperate need of something, some different response, some different way of living, and you want to go on about that.
All right. So, for those that are interested in tuning in later, I will be airing the rest of this 2-hour documentary, and it's very interesting for those that are trying to figure out this whole red pill thing and what it's all about. Because me myself, I can't articulate it myself, so I need to have people that you know, people that have a little more say so in it. So that's why I kind of wanted to bring up these skits and everything. Let's see. Let's bring back up the show right here. Let's get this back popping. Bang. Right. So what do you guys think? I'm gonna start with myself first. Okay. I'm gonna start with a quick monologue. All right. And then I'm gonna roll into Anthony Davis because I know you have limited time. And then I'm gonna roll down the line from there. Okay. I'm gonna say as myself, right? I'm gonna sit back, relax for this one. My first red pill experience, right? Believe it or not, was as a first grader at the age of 6 years old. Okay. Now, I never knew that I would have to take red pills at such an early age, right? But this is really, really, really what it is, right? You may have heard a reference earlier to this, but this is not me making up some bullshit. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. All right. I went to school one day. I was a first grader. I went to school one day during the holiday season. I'm not gonna say the school because I don't want to give too much personal information. But boom. Went to school. The regular teacher was not in school that day. So what happens when the regular teacher's not there? You get a substitute teacher. Right? So when we are kids, a lot of times we don't gauge the age of the teacher, right? The education level and the integrity level that it takes for a teacher to work in a public school system, right? Any of the requirements. What's the difference between a teacher and a substitute teacher? What education level had you had to attain to be a pure teacher, or just to be a glorified babysitter, right? And I'm not, no disrespect to the substitute teachers, but there's levels to this shit, right? So we in there just shooting the shit. And this particular teacher, it's so crazy because it's a small world, right? This particular teacher just decided that he wanted to come in and just filibuster the day, right? So we just talking, blah, 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 blah. It's the holidays, yada, yada, yada. And something inspired, and I'm going to say his name because it is not relevant anymore. He's long retired or whatever. His name was Mr. Williams, right? And Mr. Williams just so happened to be related to Clyde and several other people on the block, right? But I don't think that he was, because Clyde's last name happened to be Ford, and they were Fords, right? But his last name was Williams. So I don't know if he was adopted or came from a different family or was a relative of them. But it's so strange that I actually saw this substitute teacher going into a house on my block before, and I was like, wait a minute, this guy lives on my block. So fast forward, he proceeds to spill the beans and wait a minute, and yeah, y'all ain't seen shit yet. And tell a group of 6-year-old first graders that there's no thing as fucking Santa Claus. 6-year-olds.
How did he tell y'all? How did he?
Son of a bitch. Because he's a fucking retard. God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
But you know what? He changed my life from that point on, without me even knowing it. Right? So usually, and I'm going to allude to that later, I'm going to take you out with a little excerpt at the end of the show about explaining red pill rage, right? When you first take the red pill, you're going to have problems accepting it, right? But that's when it applies to an adult. But as a 6-year-old child, right? What are children known to be? Anybody? Curious, goddamn. Yeah. Curious kids. So I'm like, I'm gonna prove you wrong, man. He was like, man, ain't no Santa Claus. I'm like, this motherfucker, he on the bullshit. So all the kids, you know, they in the class. But me, since I'm curious, and that's what led me down the rabbit hole, I decided to go investigate. So the first thing I did when I get home was go search the entire house, right? And when I got upstairs to the attic, guess what I found? The goodie bag. Let me tell you something. This was the furthest fucking thing from red pill rage that you could ever imagine. I was like, oh shit, G.I. Joe! Fuck! I got a fucking racetrack, holy shit! Your boy was in fucking cloud 9. That was the furthest thing from rage that you could imagine. When mom and dad came home from work, I was like, fucking, oh, we sorry, you know, we're a little late from work. I'm wearing the no, I'm good. No. Okay, I'm good. Like, I just go right to sleep. So that was the first red pill. Didn't give a fuck if it was a Santa or not, because those Christmases were good. So I'm gonna start with that, and I don't mean to take too much. So I'm gonna go to my second red pill, right? Because I got exposed to this shit too early. But as a kid, you can't really put things together. It takes time, right? Fast forward, junior high school. So this is first grade. Fast forward, 6th grade, junior high school. Book report. Back in my days, you used to have to actually go to the library, take out a book, and actually take the book, read the book, and prepare a paper on the book. Yeah, there actually used to be something called a library, where they actually had a lot of books, right? And that's when people used to read books. It's called book. It's words printed on paper, binded together with a hard cover or a soft cover on it. It's called the fucking book, goddammit, for those that don't. Yeah.
Some of them have pictures, but not a lot of them.
So for some reason, you know, I close my eyes like, fuck it, it's complicated. I pick a book out, let's go. That book just happened to be George Orwell, 1984. Right? We're talking 11 years old, right? And I read that book. And that information may have been a little too heavy for an 11-year going on 12-year-old. So say 12-year-old. That information may have been a little heavy. But what that did is it opened my imagination to the possibilities of what we could see in a lifetime. right?
Yes.
Okay. So I did a book report on that. Got a B plus. Maybe the teacher was like, "This nigga crazy." Like, I expected you to be doing something a little lighter than that, because I'm sure the teacher didn't actually.
You're supposed
The
to do
teacher
cat in the hat still.
had not even had a fucking red pill yet, right? So that was something else that was stored in my memory banks, and I'm like, wow. But this is another good read. And later on that same year, I decided to go and do the same thing. I picked out a book. That book was called Animal Farm. Okay.
Yes.
We're talking 12 years old. We're talking 12 years old. What that did, that was the third pill that actually opened the entire door for me of the possibilities of the fuckery that could exist, right? The manipulation and all the other bad things that exist within humanity, right? So that was my introduction to it. But I just kind of wanted to lead into it because I know we're gonna have a lot of testimonies and a lot of feedback on the movie in XYZ. But I kind of wanted to just give my my introductions, but I didn't really realize what they were at the time. But what they did was they opened my mind to curiosity, and from there on, I actually just stumbled across one piece at a time, at a time, at a time, at a time. And when this actual red pill state of mind, or this whole revelation came about, as far as like you may have heard the gentleman mention PUA. That's pickup artist. Okay. You may have heard him say MGTOW. That's men going their own way. Okay. These are you also have several different other versions. SYSBM. Save yourself, black man. Right? Those are the initials for that. Right? You also have several things. You can just actually go on YouTube, right? Big up to YouTube. And there's a lot of red pill content, and it's available whether you're black, white, Chinese, Asian, whatever you choose to be. But this is all geared upon men's rights movement, because you do have a women's right movement. So I don't but there seemed to be a huge backlash on the men's rights movement. So enough of me, because I usually don't talk this much on the joint. But I'm gonna step down, right? Thank you. Yeah, because I don't really talk this much shit. That was like 2 minutes, Lord. Like, fuck, that's major shit right there for me. Anthony Davis, what you think about this, man? What is your are you still like, is this new information to you? Like, give me your gist on this. Give me a quick 2 minutes on it.
Well, it's really not new to me, because I didn't realize it until probably into my 25, 26 years of age that my Aunt Raynell and my mother was very influential in raising me, because I was raised by a single mother, me and my older brother, and I was raised by my single mother, and so she had to get a lot of help with her sister, my Aunt Raynell. And also, we had men in our family, men in our lives, to substitute the father who wasn't there. We had men in our lives, like youth leaders, and a friend in our family who rented a room in the back of our house. He was a father figure and all that kind of stuff. But because I was a very active reader at a kid, my Aunt Raynell was very influential in me reading anything and everything. And she didn't care if I read comic books. She's like, okay, sure, he's reading. We're happy with that. But she always encouraged me to read the pro side and the negative side of everything, and to question everything.
Yeah.
And even question the questions sometimes. And and so that's always been the mindset of me, is I don't trust until I have to, and sometimes it's easier to earn the trust than it is to accept it right away. Some people I can, like, okay, yeah, I can trust them. They're pretty nice and good. And then there's other people just like, no, it's just best if you just stay over there and I stay over here, and you just you leave me alone and stuff. Um, now getting to what it had to do with the documentary. Um,
Mhm.
you know, I could see this world is very manipulative. We live in a very manipulative, crooked world. In my worldview, because I am Christian based, I'm more agnostic now than I am Christian. But I still have the Christian base that, um, original sin, happened, and so it made the world corrupt. Uh,
Mhm.
and so you see a lot of corruption in both women corrupting men, men corrupting women, society corrupting the disabled, the disadvantaged, um, the nerd,
Mm.
the nerds versus the geeks
Yeah.
versus the nerds.
Slow down, Anthony. AD, slow down while you running this through because we want everybody to catch this shit.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
but you can see corruption everywhere. Now, as far as
Mhm.
where it goes with the all male movement, or the male rights movement, you can see that very well in going back to days of William Shakespeare. He had a saying that said, "Hell hath no fury than a woman scorned," and this is very true in case of the men's right movement. That was what he was talking about. The women can
Mhm.
be corrupting at times, especially towards
Mhm.
men, and can make a male's life living hell at times. But a guy can do that to a woman just as much. Um,
Facts.
now,
Facts. Two-way street.
now, in my situation, and if I start crying here, I'm promise I'm not going to try to cry here. But in my
I'll mute your mic.
situation, what happened, and
You
and
don't
I
gotta get too
realized,
personal. It's up to you.
and
You don't gotta.
well, I
If
don't
it's
mind
too
because
personal, you don't gotta go there.
I like telling the
I
story
know you're
because it's very
transparent.
empowering to me. And
You're transparent. Go for it.
I realize that I am kind of involved in the males right movement more than I thought it would be, mainly because of what happened to my brother, and his situation with dealing with an ex-wife who was trying to gain custody of my nephews, and the probably 12-year living hell trying to deal so that he could be the father, and we fought tooth and nail for him to be the father, and he was they were in a much better place than being with their mother in the situation. Don't want to go into detail with that. But what happened to me when I was 14? Before that, I was a very socially outgoing kid. Never
Mhm.
met a stranger. I wasn't scared to death of anything, as far as being social to anybody. And I was the first one to say, "Hey, my name is Anthony. My name is Tony. How are you doing? What's going on?" And also at 14, I developed type 1 diabetes, so that didn't help situations either. But what happened to me at the age of 14 is I was very social. I was very outgoing, and the first time I met some females, didn't much think about it, and I said, "Hey, my name is Tony," and the first words out of their mouth was, "So," and I'm like, "Whoa, wait a
That's the
minute,
norm. Don't worry.
what happened here?" And so I didn't much think about it the first time. Second time it happened, I said, "Hey, my name's Tony," and the girls went, "So," I'm like, and third time it happened, it really started to hit me. It really started to kill my self esteem, and I heard that
Mhm.
word all through my life, all through women, girls just saying so. Uh, Job rejections, the first words out of mouth is so. Like who are you? What's you know?
Mhm.
And I went from a very socially outgoing child to a child that went like, "No, don't even look at me. I'm scared to death to even be talked to." And
Wow.
that's how much it affected me at a teenager. Now, my
Mhm.
aunt Rainell was involved in the whole situation, and she saw that I was going down a very slippery slope with my social skills, and she gave me 3 books. First book was the Bible, which of course I read it a lot anyway. Second book she gave me was How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the third book she gave me, of all things in the world she could have given me, she gave me Chariots of the Gods by Zachariah Sitchin. And
Repeat that last one more time.
it's called Chariots of the Gods by Zachariah Sitchin.
Chariots of the Gods by Zachariah Sitchin.
Zachariah Sitchin. And pretty much what Chariots of God talks about, it talks about everything from the fall of Adam and Eve to the extra people in the Bible that's really not talked about. Kind of talks about the canonization of the Bible, how they took out different texts, and the Catholics did, what they did, and how different cultures perceived aliens and demons, and that kind of stuff. And it kind of, I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, the Catholics kind of screwed some stuff up there too.
That's a red pill, damn it.
But as far as how to win friends and influence people, it taught me the best things in the world was learn to love myself, learn to find the best in others, and then learn to find how you can improve another person's life and how another person can improve your life, and how together you can make a difference in the world. It also taught me that not everybody's going to like me, and I'm not going to like everybody. And so it took me years, with the help of How to Win Friends and Influence People, to really become social again and to realize, things are kind of messed up with the way society groups interact with each other and how things go with each other. And it's really hard for me to deal with that situation, because I still hear "so." I hear that word all the time. So I hear it like a condescending, you're a worthless pizza.
You know what? That must be the white people's version of whatever. Like the black girls say whatever. That's the same thing. That's the equivalent of "so" for the white chicks, I guess. Go ahead.
I guess so. And but for me, it's always a thing of
keeping it real.
I listen to everything, and I listen to the pro sides, and I listen to the con sides, and I even listen to alternative media. Everything from like Alex Jones to the first with what's his name? I just had a brain slip there.
Take your time, bro.
O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly. I listen to everything, and I realize, that we are being lied to, we are being manipulated, not on just a social level, but we're lied to on a spiritual level. We're lied to on a societal level. The disabled are lied to all the time. Things have not changed for the disabled people since 1987 about how much money they can earn and if they can get married or not get married or whatever. And this is an American culture. Now, I don't know about Canadian culture and English culture and all that.
We U.S. based. Let's go, America. Keep it.
But and I imagine that Canadians have their own problems, and the English have their own problems, and Australians have their own problems with this. But it is messed up, and sometimes it takes some people to say, probably one of the best lines I've ever heard from the best movie I ever saw, called Network. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. And you have to kind of really stand up to people and say, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it anymore. Because you have to stand up for yourself and stand up for others and stand up for the betterment of life in general.
Facts. Listen, AZ in the building. Let's get it. T-Roni, you up next, mommy? Let's go. I mean, now listen, it's opinion radio, so give your opinion, like, because that's why I wanted to have male and female here because it's men's rights, but there's usually a pushback against men's rights. So I'm not saying you're going to push back. Wait, no, time out, damn it.
He meant that, didn't he? He meant that.
No, I didn't say that. No. But the general consensus, no, because listen, I'm going according to the documentary, correct? We all saw the documentary. Not this particular clip, but the documentary aired on Secondhand Smoke. There was a huge pushback in America against male rights. Okay? Male rights activists.
That crowd didn't look that big doing the pushback. I'm sorry to say.
Okay. I hope not, because we need rights too, damn it. I'm up for some rights. And Tony D, AD, you up for some rights? You feel like having some rights today with your coffee? Go for it, T-Roni.
So I do. I mean, as far as red pill, I mean, everyone has advocacies. I believe and agree that there should be advocacies for everything. There's a lot of advocacies out there, not just this MRA, but male-dominated advocacies. There's advocacies for men going to the doctor. There's advocacies for men getting actual exams like they're supposed to. Like there's, stay in school for teenage young male advocacy. There's advocacies out there. The advocacies become dangerous and activists, both sides, male, female, transgender, whoever.
Tell us why.
When it becomes about oppression, suppression, and repression.
That's a big one.
And when you tap on any one of those three, anyone, or two or more, that's when you become a defiance. That's when I have a problem. I mean, so you could be a male activist. I'm okay with that. God bless you. Go ahead, do it. I mean, everyone should have somebody supporting their belief, their culture, and you should be, loud and active about it. But if you suppress, repress, or oppress another person in order to get your goal across, then yes, you definitely need to step back and, I think, in my opinion, re-examine what you actually supporting. And that's my
Okay, so just one quick follow-up. I don't want to put you in a spot because this is only opinion radio, so we just do opinions, right? This is not debate. We don't debate shit here. We just let it out and keep it moving. So actually, I'm gonna not ask you shit on a follow-up. We just gonna let it rock. Eleanor Marie, let's go. What you got for us, Eleanor? Talk to me now.
Okay, so I am actually very for men's rights and everything, but I had some issue actually with this film after I watched it.
Give us all the smoke.
Because
smoke that motherfucker then. Smoke that shit.
I don't want to call it lies because they weren't lies, but the lack of complete truth.
And that was Friday's. Wait, let's distinguish. That was the documentary from Friday, right? The Red Pill documentary from Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, copy. Okay.
100%.
I just want everybody to be clear.
Yeah. So they go in as to, it mentions the fact that women are, I have to, the exact statistic is 1/3 of all, and 1/4, but they fail to mention that those are just things where there can be raising of the voice, a shove. They don't go into the statistics of the difference between men and women that are extremely hurt, like end up in the hospital hurt, broken bones hurt.
They didn't talk about that much at all.
They didn't go into that statistic at all. They didn't go into the statistic of women stalked to men stalked. They mentioned one little thing and it was supposed to be like, oh, it's happening equally. They mentioned that there aren't any male shelters. There was one male only shelter, which there's actually now two. But there were shelters that did men and women. But that doesn't mean there weren't shelters for men. That would be like saying the ones that were housing men also weren't housing women. Well, they were housing both.
Okay.
You know, and these things, they matter. It was kind of like, I found it interesting that it was called the red pill when it comes from the Matrix. And in the Matrix, there's actually a choice between the red pill and the blue pill. And in this film, it was very one-sided and you know, they went so far as to say things like, and this one, because I was trying to fact check and I couldn't find the information until I listened closely. It said black men are sentenced to 10% more prison time than white men are sentenced to at this for the same crime. Let me see if you guys pick up this one. I'm going to read it to you.
Go for it. I love stats.
Man
Illinois.
is
Go for it.
sentenced to more than 60% prison time than a woman arrested for the same crime.
Okay.
Say it one more time.
One more time. Roll it through slow. Illinois. Roll it through slow. Yeah. I missed it. I missed the whole shit.
Man is sentenced to more than 60% prison time than a woman arrested for the same crime.
Damn, that's heavy.
I don't hear too many women getting arrested for some of the same crimes that men do.
Dog, women shoot shit up. They assault. They steal. They rob. They do the same shit. Let crime be gender. Like fucking. Watch you, goddamn it.
When someone's arrested, they take a plea bargain down to a lesser
charge.
Sentence.
Yes.
Well, you gotta remember.
For a woman than a man, though.
Well, you got to remember
it's lighter. There's no way around the fucking facts. Let's give it a bang.
I'm just asking.
That's the thing.
It's facts.
Well, you got to remember.
You're right.
You got to remember there.
Exact offenses. Go for it, guys. I'm sorry.
You got to remember there that there are women-only prisons, and there are men-only prisons. There's also co-ops, but you do hear about women-only prisons, and you also hear about the male prison. But for some reason, the society we live in, we're a male-dominated society. We only hear about the males, versus the women. You know, the women. They're
bad stuff.
Now, the women, they're. I've heard some horror stories from women's prison from some friends of mine.
Shit is real,
and they're just like, man, that's just as bad as the men's prisons.
I know some girls with bigger balls than me. God damn it. Okay. Let me tell you, I see.
And then also another thing they didn't deal with in this documentary was the fact what I was talking about with the disabled people and the mentally challenged people and the people with the chemical imbalances and stuff like that. You know, how's that affect? You know, the prison capabilities and you know, are they really criminals, or are they just screwed up in the head because of mental illness or physical illness or you know, whatever. So that's another factor they really need to talk about.
But as a man, you know what happens a lot of time, and I want to interject real quick. As a man, when it comes to the trial, and they try to sometimes, I mean, I don't know because I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not up in court like that. God damn it! But I'm just saying, no, right? There's the you know, some people are not mentally balanced, right? And you have a lot of untreated mental illness on the streets in America.
Facts.
A lot of untreated mental illness from men and women. There are a lot, and I'm gonna say it one more time. There is a lot of untreated mental illness. Whether people don't realize they're mentally ill, whether they think everybody else is crazy and they not, right? A lot of times people are scared to go seek help because if you find yourself seeking help, like counseling or something of that nature, that somehow registers in the mind of people that are not thinking clearly that something's wrong with me. I'm inferior because I'm seeking help.
Yes.
But it's called help for a fucking reason. All right. So let's just keep that in mind. All right. As far as like sometimes you need to speak to somebody that's not your friend or that's not your homie. Sometimes you need to speak with a paid professional that knows how to ask you the right questions to get to the root of the problems that you're having. So let's not underestimate psychiatry or therapy. All right, so we'll leave that out there, and especially if you swallow that red pill, because there's gonna be a lot of shit that you have to wrap your head around and you don't understand. So go ahead, bro.
The red pill for mental health would be, just walk it out, suck it up.
Easier said than done. When remember, you have to
You're just having
deprogram.
a bad day, right? I mean,
I don't know. I feel like in this society, the red pill for mental health would just be like actually realizing that there is mental health.
Exactly. Realization. Fucking keeping it real with yourself, right? I need help. Sometimes you gotta say, I need help.
Everything. It feels like so often that it's just like blown off that there's mental health, or that like mental health would be the same thing as physical health. I mean, is your brain not in your body?
It is.
Right.
It's under the same umbrella, god damn it.
Yeah. It's just always got to
Great point, Eleanor. Yep, Kim, you're right. You're right. Tony D, what you got? What you got for us on this red pill thing?
I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you.
That's all we want. This is your opinion radio.
I'm trying to fully understand the red pill side and the blue pill side by its proper definition over a lot of people's interpretation. So I may be guilty of missing the point on a few things, but
Give us what you take from it, because this is a new experience for you. So you kind of
what I'm taking from it, the red pill sounds like you accept being lied to, and the blue pill means you found the truth over the lie. So let me know if I got it backwards or not.
I would think more so the option is, you know what? Actually, let me revisit this shit. That's a good question.
I think that's right. Coming from the Matrix, from what I know of it,
right?
And I still haven't even seen the movie. I'm a sci-fi buff, and I still haven't seen the movie.
Just open your eyes. The other one, you were just going to stay in the same fantasy that we always have been.
Yeah, you want to come out of the fantasy. You want to see the truth. Now, if you want to look for the truth in things, and based on the story you was telling, Smoke, but the teacher dropping that truth on you, even though you didn't know or not. For a lot of aspects of finding out the real truth, I am still under skepticism about what I've learned and what people have exposed to me. Mainly because we're all being lied to. I can't believe your truth out of it because you've been lied to. So realistically, I have to think.
Who's got more truths under their belts?
Yeah, who's got the actual truth? My thing is trying to find the absolute truth over these lies. We can talk about this, we discuss that. When you emphasize 1984, this may throw everything off, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. When you emphasize 1984 and you read Animal Farm, I've been telling people that a lot of things predicted in those, a lot of things that are predicted in those books are what they're putting into play. Everybody makes them think they knew the future, when to me, they're just telling me that. They told you what they was going to do, and you still ain't going to know the damn truth.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Just because you predict the future don't mean that's what's going to happen. That means what you made happen. This is what you planned on doing. So we got to be careful of what everybody's exposing to us. When it comes to the... See, now I'm about to go. Damn it, I was trying to stop.
Just go, damn it. Go ahead. We here to go. Let's go.
People call the Bible out. People call religion out. I actually watched a video a couple months ago, actually a couple years ago. People went to Africa. The dude was in Africa telling everybody, this is the real story of the Bible. This is what they saw. This is what they was trying to interpret, and it got misinterpreted. Basically, religion is a misinterpretation of the truth, which means there's some truth in it, but we still got to prove it in the first place. They have actual writings and documentation of hieroglyphics of stuff that actually did happen, stuff that was already there. Now, whether we worship it or not is true. I give everybody that. But if we've got the truth somewhere, we just have to properly understand it. They always say the best way to confuse people is to throw stuff in their face. Everything is thrown in our face. We just can't read it right. One, by how we taught. Two, by how we raised. Three, by what we go through. So my whole thing right now was any and everything that we got going on, as much as we try to interpret it, how much are we still damn wrong?
Well, you know what?
A lot.
I'm going to take it over from here.
Yes.
We're a lot wrong.
Well, Sonny, listen.
We're a lot wrong. So wait, hold on, AB. Right? We're a lot wrong. So let's see what we got here. Let's take this from the top. Hang on 1 second. We gonna
like I said, I ain't want to throw everybody off. I'm just
no. We good. We good money. It's good money.
You bring me on, I got like a full focus on how I'm gonna respond to this. But this one, I'm kind of sitting back like I need to wait. I need to pause.
No. Pop. We gonna take this to the top.
it is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. What truth? That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Can you pause that?
Right. He just said exactly what I was saying, so I wasn't too wrong.
Even in that description, it was like, okay, do I take the red pill and rabbit hole, but you take me further down? And does that mean it's the veil? But I get to see where the veil begins and ends?
Well, let's see what somebody else has to say about this.
Well, actually,
We got JS in the building. We in the house. Let's go. We coming in here. Come on, I'm pulling you up in here. I'm doing because I'm the master of fucking up names. Like I'm trying to pull you up right now.
It's all good.
All right. So let me pull you up. But right now the app is moving very slow. Like I'm pulling people up down. The studio is kind of full in the studio. It's a slow night. I'm not gonna hate on the app because that's all
We love the hats. We love you hats.
word, especially at this rate. So hang on. So give me 1 second. So let me pull. Hold on. Let's reshuffle this right here.
Oh man, what's up, G?
Pull Neo down.
What's going on?
Pull Neo down and pull Tony D back up. Go ahead, fellas. Go for it.
Smoke, listen.
That interpretation.
Smoke, listen. I'm gonna have to get going. I got a puppy here who wants to go out to the bathroom, and
oh hell yeah!
I gotta eat. I gotta have my supper, and so I gotta get going. Hey, geez, what's going on? So
before you leave, let us know where we can see you, social media, your pages.
But before I leave, I will be having a broadcast next Sunday at 10 o'clock. I'll be talking to my friend Errol Cooksey, who does Malice podcast, and we'll be talking about the rising impact of internet trolls and hackers on the world today, and how it's affecting true crime. And then also, you can find me on TikTok at Anthony Davis 63. You can find me on Instagram at Lister's Mate. You can find me on Twitter at Lister's Mate 1105. On YouTube at Lister's Mate 2.
Spell it out.
And the easy way to spell it is LISTERSMATE. And you can also find me on Facebook, running my group called Web Series Friends, where you can come in and get to know web series creators and podcasters and independent movie creators. And if you want help with your projects, we'll help you find the money and resources. And that's free. I do it out of the kindness of my heart because that's the kind of person I am. And I believe everybody has that.
I love it. Anthony Davis in the building, y'all. Thanks for joining us, big brother.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it.
I'll be on that podcast next week to be just for the record. I'll be there. So send me an invite. Anthony Davis, y'all. All right, let's roll. G, what's on you? So what shit going to do? Talk to me. How you feel about this red pill thing? Yeah, I see you in the chat earlier. I'm glad you hung around because I was like, just hang tight. I'm gonna pull you up. So what's your opinion on
I
this?
just watched it today, just earlier before I came on this chat, right? Yeah, some things they were talking about like the custodies and stuff like that. Yeah, I had a couple of friends that actually went through that, and some of the things they were saying about how guys were like, not doing what they do, and at the very beginning when they're together before they divorce or whatever.
You mean
And
custody?
I think that's a lie.
Like custody? You talking about child custody?
Yeah, child custody. That's what they were
Okay.
talking about
That's what
in the
people are.
red pill, like how men don't get the the percentage of custody. And this actually happened to a friend of mine, where this woman, he did everything for the whole family. He took care of everything, did everything. He bought the house, the car, everything. And also did all the chores in the house, cooked. He took all part of everything, right? Because what they were talking, some of them were saying, "Oh, guys don't do what they do in the first beginning, but then when they get divorced and stuff, and then they want their rights for all kinds of things." But he actually was part of everything, and the woman took everything from him: the car, the house, everything. Until today, he's still paying for the house and car. Until the kid becomes 18 years old, he's still paying for everything, and on top of that, he's paying for his own living. Men don't get that right.
No.
He couldn't even. He fought so much for it, and he lost. He lost the whole case. He lost his house that he put money down for. The lady's living in like the luxurious life when he's paying for her luxury, and they're divorced. But it's only because of the kid, right? Because the mother has the custody to the kid, right? And the kid needs all that necessities, but actually he doesn't that much, right? The mother's using most of the the necessities.
Yeah,
So
Gucci bags and shit.
So I think that needs to be changed, and that needs to be. And lots of my other friends are also been through that, and where they had to pay arm and a leg, win the case and stuff like that. So I do think about the activism for men and stuff too, right? I know there's two parts to it. I also side with the ladies too, but I see sometimes it's unfair for the men too. I understand ladies also are in this situation too, but I see a lot of this kind of case. So that's my verdict. So when I was watching that, that's what came up in my mind on that portion of the movie.
Oh, good. This is opinion radio, so we just here doing opinions. It doesn't. We're not. You know what I mean? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? Individuals.
100%.
That's what the fuck we do here. If everybody agrees with you or not, goddamn it, say your piece.
Their children, like,
Go for it, Ellie.
they screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know if this film was like really kind of centered. I felt like they're just wanting to bash.
There's some parts of the movie that
I'm out. It seems like she just wanted to, because a woman directed this film. Let's not get it
right.
up.
But you know who paid for it?
Interviewing somebody that had a web page as a man. Wait,
for
hold on. Let me shine. We don't want to talk. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, before you go, Ellie. No disrespect. Wait. Time out. I want to be clear with this. A woman made this documentary, right? And her pursuit was to interview a man that had a website as a male activist. So I want to be totally clear on this. This wasn't a man-produced movie bashing women. Take it from there. Go for it.
Do you know who paid for it though?
I don't know.
That was exact men.
It doesn't matter. I don't know the agenda. I'm not here to debate that. I'm just letting
you
you know that.
you need to have facts before you just say a woman did it. But a woman, yes, she did it.
You have to watch the
movie. It was paid to be done by those men.
Maybe not.
So, I mean,
I'm not here to say that because I can't factually state that, and I'm not here to debate shit.
Well, can we talk about the fact of the film?
Go for it. Yeah, I'm talking about the information.
Initially,
who made it?
She started with investigating rape culture when she started with the Steubenville, Ohio case, right? Which was in itself the epitome of rape culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a discussion of its own. And then to me, it was confusing how she ventured off from that rape culture to now finding this site where there's these guys and they activate, they are advocates and they like go after men's rights.
Yeah.
So
Well, they do exist, so it's easy to find.
no,
But she said she researched into certain areas, which led her on the path she was on.
Yeah, so we
She
can.
started off in the rape culture. She was digging up stuff. She started seeing stuff. Then she started doing her own investigation. I got what you're saying, Eleanor, but the whole thing was based on her own
Watch the movie.
witness,
It was more
her
of
own
her
personal
opinion.
research. This is her own personal research.
It's not a
So
men.
it's up to us whether or not we believe it. Once again, we don't know what's the truth and what isn't. All we're watching is a testimony and some experience
And
based
who
on
made
one
the
aspect of
movie?
research. That's all it is.
Well, I know.
We don't know who funded this. We don't know she may have got $1 million.
I do know who funded it. Like I
But
found that out while
well, that's
looking
fine.
it up. Like, and it
Yeah.
matters.
But you know what matters the most? Not who made it or who funded it, but the information that we received from it is what
I
matters.
know, but that's just the people will fact check it and they'll go and they'll find these facts and it will
And I know
damn
that's
the
what you do.
actual thing. Because men's rights do matter. They do matter. And there are things where men are being screwed over left and right. And when you have falsehoods being put out there, even if they're the slightest things, people will use that to discredit the whole freaking film and all of men's rights.
Now, the whole thing that you're correct about is we
Like-
dig into everything and find the truth behind everything, but everything we're watching and everything we're reading, there's something wrong with it. That's why I said originally what I said in the
There's
first
something
place. We don't
wrong
know
with
the truth
when-
and what isn't.
Facts.
Yeah, but people who
Yeah, I work in the media, so
also
there are
just
some truths about some things and some truths are lies too, just to
And
make
a lot
the
of truths have to
content
get edited.
more relevant to whatever. We
Yeah.
we do kind of have to lie on certain portions of the movie to get the facts across. But
Remember-
people do go and factuate that and whatever. We don't care. We don't care. We're just trying to get content there and get ratings and whatever.
And get paid
Now,
for it. Yeah.
let me interject 1 second now, everybody. Now, I want to start by saying, me myself, I'm not promoting this movie, right? Neither is Sunday Night nor Secondhand Smoke Podcast, right?
Yeah.
We're just airing shit for conversation, and that's what the fuck we do here. So this isn't a debate who's right, who's wrong. This is about information being put out there, right? And I'm going to put more information from a different opinion. Of course, women, right? Of course, and this is a natural thing, and it's not just going for you, for Eleanor or T. Roney, not like you said anything or anything of that nature. This is something that's more like a man's topic, right? Because this is about men's rights, but I'm going to have them up there. Hey, come out, wait, come on, baby, chill. With 30 seconds a shot. I come quick, baby. I'm just saying this is more of a topic of men's rights, but I wanted to have women up there because I want to have a well-rounded and well-balanced conversation as usual, and that's what we do up here, right? I'm just telling you, I'm not promoting the documentary, nor am I promoting the second documentary that I'm going to be playing after this podcast either. I'm just putting information out there. So this is always going to be back and forth, but we don't debate over here. This is not debate radio. We just put our feelings out. So go for it, Eleanor. We're back again. Keep
my
smoking.
feeling is that this film is hurting men's rights. Like,
But the reason or not, I don't know. I feel I'm a man and I'm right now. My money right, my mind right, my brain right. So I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, this is just our live for a show, and that's what we do here. They put the topics in front of me, and I roll them shits out. Go
Well,
for it.
I will say one of the things that he did say I'm saying yesterday at the in the video, the first one.
Today
Fridays.
or Friday? Friday? Okay.
Fridays.
Mhm.
They said that feminism is a problem, but it's not the only problem. It was literally said word for word, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes me nervous because to me now you're saying that on top of that problem, which is feminism, that person felt that I guess they're going to tackle feminism first and then deal with the other issues as a win over feminism.
Really?
It
There are
just-
no winners or losers. Everybody loses in both instances.
Mhm.
But I guess that's
Yeah.
what they wanted to portray. I guess so.
Both comes in hand, right? So,
Yeah, everybody loses in this fuckery. That's the best part about it.
so you can't really deal with one issue and then you have other issues too that you had to tackle down too. So you can't just say feminism is the problem or whatever, right?
Well, I didn't say that. That it was in
I
the
mean,
video.
I'm just saying the movie. Yeah. I'm just saying not you. Oh yeah. I mean, whoever said it in the movie, like in general, right?
It was just very interesting to hear some of the terminology.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Brought out as what Eleanor's saying as fact. Like one of the facts that they stated in the video was that men die at a higher rate of suicide, which could be a fact. You know, that's a fact.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
And we do address that, but we also on the for the non-male side, we need to address the number of people who.
And that's actually what it is. It's not that men or women are dying; it's that people are killing themselves. It's the problem. The big problem is that children are killing themselves.
Yeah, and if you watch more videos and see more as this movement, especially the LGBTQ plus movement goes on, you start hearing more of the generalities and not just women of domestic violence. You hear people who have domestic violence, or you'll start hearing words that are just maybe broadscaping. You'll hear more of the terminology being broadscape versus being and you and she or he, right? So it's like any movement, it's going to take some time to see real change. I agree with men being more proactive in their lives, but again, I'm not about repression, oppression, suppression. Once you start suppressing people and oppressing people in order to get your point across, that's when you lose me.
Okay. Facts. This been real. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat room. Let's give some shout outs right now. Nazim is in the house. What's up, Nazim? Thank you for pulling up. Kim Chi still in the chat. Kim, we're gonna pull you up because you got some hold on, we're gonna pull you up because you have, I see you active. You're active. Come join the party if you're in the house. We want to say what's up to everybody that's in the building, all the live viewers. Big up to Haps TV, YouTube, WZFG FM, Blog Talk Radio. We in the house. You know what I'm saying? Come pull up. Let's do what it do. You know, this is interesting dialogue here. Go for it, Ronnie.
The lady who, when she did her video diary, she was killing me. It was like watching a B movie. Her videos.
Yeah, totally.
And that's, you know what's so funny about this? That's the difference between men and women, because I was totally interested and wrapped into it because it matters to me because I'm a man. And this is not a man-women thing, but it was more interesting to me because I've seen some of these rights and I've been victimized by some of these things that were mentioned in this video. So it actually will, of course, hit home more for the men than the women because that's human nature. So, like, if this was a video about women's rights, of course, and they're highlighting things that go wrong with the women and how women are being objectified, abused, overlooked, XYZ, I'm sure it would hit home a little harder for you two than it would for me and the other fellas because it concerns you and your well-being as a species, right? Does that make sense, guys? That's just human nature. So we deal with human nature here, you know?
I was just talking about her video diaries when she would,
totally.
She would do the little, you know.
Yes,
I watch a lot of B movies, so
Shit. Big up to big movie watchers, B movie watchers. Me, I was like,
it
fuck,
was brutal whenever she came on.
We're like the raters of movies, rating the movies, you know.
Movie reviews.
Work as like
Let the men
Rotten Tomato people.
How many Rotten Tomatoes, Roni? How many Rotten Tomatoes would you give the documentary?
Exactly.
The lady that
I don't know how much you give that.
It needed your sound skills, Jeeves. It needed your sound skills.
I work in the movie, so I know what it is. I work in the sound department.
I was just so devastated because I'm so confused.
For me, I'm biased about all this.
And I didn't know if I just didn't know what to think. Okay.
Big up to entertainment.
I'm just saying.
Information. I said, fuck the actors. I took
You can see the drama in her pose. I just
Look, but you know what's crazy? You know what's so crazy? Like, and that's the difference between how people watch shit. Because I didn't pay her no fucking attention. All I did was focus on the information. Like, so if you focused on what this chick is looking like and how her fake her, oh my god. But if you missed the part, wait, time out. If you missed the part that where like for example, the fact is stated, and this is true, that every country relies upon selling the dream that your boys should be men and should be ready to die for your country. These are the points that hit home that really made sense. I don't give a fuck what she's wearing or how corny her silly ass sounds. That makes no fucking sense. Who gives a fuck? Talking about the hardcore facts here, right? That's we gotta sometimes forget the messenger and think about the message, right? Not saying that y'all are disrespecting the message, but I'm just saying that this is for, remember, this is a conversation with us and the people that are not here, that are not on the panel. So I gotta kind of put that out there for those that are thinking certain things. Not saying you two in particular or any four of you guys up here. You know, so we gotta overlook the messenger and kind of get to the nitty gritty of shit. Like fake theatrics. Let's go with these numbers.
But you can't overlook the messenger because you yourself said she's
Listen. If a messenger is a fucking bozo the clown and they give you information in real documented statistics and facts, I don't give a fuck because it's real. If Bozo the clown is lying to you and he's telling you what you like, you buy that shit all the fuck you want, but you're the real clown. For anybody that's buying that dumb shit. So I don't give a fuck about the messenger. Jesus didn't look good as a messenger, if that story was real or fake, because we're not going to go into religion. They didn't like the way Jesus looked, did they? Right? No. But let's listen to the part for those that are into that. So let's not lose focus on shit. I gotta keep y'all on track. Even though this is entertainment and we have fun, let's keep shit on track with facts and feelings. Let's fuck with the facts, not the fucking, you know what I mean? Nah, I feel like I should be a billionaire right now. Right? But I'm slowly creeping up where I need to be. But the facts are I'm no fucking way near it. So the facts are what they are. You are what you are, and it is what it is. So when the facts present themselves and there's data and empirical evidence to back it up, we got to run with that shit. I'm just saying, not saying that all of these facts. I'm not co-signing this. Now, Eleanor, now listen, hear me out. Yes. I'm not co-signing this documentary, right? Yeah. But and I know you, the fact checker, Eleanor. I know how you get down. You would pull up some shit. We be talking like, oh, what is that? And she'd be like, give me a second.
I'm telling you the facts.
Trust me, I know she's quick on that keyboard. She do what it do. Trust me, I know what she do. We rock, right? So I'm just saying. So some of that shit, Eleanor, you should have been like jotting it down and pulling that shit up so you could pull up and be like, yo, Smoke, she lied. That bitch is lying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought you
was telling you it all, and I got cut off when I was speaking. Like,
I'm sorry. I got emotional. Go for it. Now it's your turn. Take this shit over.
Well, no, I mean at this point,
I didn't mean to steal your steam. I didn't want to steal your thunder. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm so sorry if this went left, but
Eleanor, you were talking about the facts, and you were saying part of like some of the facts that they gave out.
Give us the lies. Yeah, give us the fake shit that you found out.
It's that they didn't give it all. They don't give all the information, and they claim that is to be the fact as to why it's, it's kind of like the guy that leads the thing, the guy that's last name is male. What is his first name?
Elam or
Elam was his last name. That was his last name.
Yeah, he's. My concern is, this is my opinion on my concern.
We do opinions. Go for
when
it.
People look into the things, they can, you fact check things, and then out of nowhere you're getting turned off and you discredit the movement. Like he has lived off of his girlfriend forever. His very own kids gave up custody because he wanted to do drugs.
Throw him under the bus, guys.
I mean, and
he was a bad dad.
There are legit freaking men out there that are fighting for custody of their kids that get screwed over by a system, and that is concerning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want people to watch this and then be like, well, this is obviously all just lies because they didn't give all the facts, so I'm going to ignore all of it when there are really important issues being brought up that are very important issues.
Yeah, those were important.
So something like this is done with not all the facts there. It's unfortunate for the real men out there that are being hurt.
Yes.
Okay.
Is is what it comes down to.
Does it shine a light
See,
on the
so
situation at all, though?
the
Does
one
that
thing
make
that
you
shocked me,
presenting a little more facts? Does it at least shed a light on the situation and make people want to inquire about more and spark the curiosity of digging deeper into it?
I
Even if
don't
it
know
isn't
because I
half
think
the shit,
it might also
or is it
fuel.
misdirecting shit?
I think it might also fuel because I don't know how, when did the film come out in 2017? You said
17.
yeah. I mean, like I don't.
2016. It's 2016. It's 5 years old, actually.
Yeah.
2016.
It said 17 on my end, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
So
Well, either
I
way,
mean,
17.
I would have to go and see if there's anything that's changed in. No, I think what would happen is it might spread light. But people will see the discrepancies in a few things, and they'll stop looking things up. They'll stop seeing that there is a need for these things. It'll be written off as men, just white men, complaining about shit.
Don't worry, the feminists are tackling them very handily right now. They're up 3-1 right now, so it's all good. White man, you in trouble. Step your fucking game up.
There's white dudes on the film.
Well, can I ask the men a question?
Go for it, mommy. Let's go.
What would make you support this endeavor versus supporting an endeavor that directly deals with male suicides, or an endeavor that directly deals with men who have high dropout rates in high school, men who will not go to the doctor, where these men are?
Those I can touch upon too.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's touch it. I'll take it first. Let me take the floor first, and then I'm gonna roll with you, Tony D, and then you, G. All right. Well, me myself, it doesn't deal with that fact at all. But what this deals with, right? Because everybody is an individual, man, woman, or child. Well, I'll just say man or woman. I won't say child. You have to take accountability, personal accountability for yourself, for starters, right? So that has nothing to do with the individual that decides not to finish school or the individual that makes poor decisions in life. This has nothing to do with that, right? This has all to do with, from what I'm seeing, right? And we're not talking about this particular documentary. We're not going word for word, play for play by this shit. This is just an eye opener based on one individual that possibly could have funded this thing and had the lady do this, right? We're keeping it a man here, right? From what you guys would understand, maybe he financed this and put her up to putting this documentary out, right? But we understand it's possible. It's almost impossible, but it's entertainment, right? They didn't bring in all the facts. You could never bring in all the facts, all the laws, all the situations in a 2-hour bullshit documentary that somebody's putting together, right? But what we want to do is we want to discover any falsehoods or anything that was fake. We don't want to just say, well, this is your opinion, this, that. We want to look at blatant shit that was like, nope, that's a fake stat, that's a lie. And the lie detector said that's a lie. That's what we really want to be focused on. Because if we can't really point out any things that are specifically saying, well, that's a lie, we got to let it ride, even though you may have not told the whole story, right? So the half a story that you told, if it contained 0 lies, I'm going to just rock with it. And I don't know if this documentary contains 0 lies or if these numbers are accurate at all. All right. So don't get it fucked up and think that I'm saying I'm co-signing this shit. I'm just saying, but unless we can research this and say, well, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. If we can't, we can just say, well, you told half the story, but you didn't lie with your half. Tony D, you can take over from there. That's all. I just wanted to get that in. I don't need to talk more than usual tonight, but I'm on a roll and shit.
Okay.
Go for it, Tony D. How you feeling on Roni's
As far as
question?
getting men to make a change, and I think your question was mainly about what can we do to progress ourselves instead of just throwing ourselves out there. Am I correct here, Ronnie?
Yes.
Most of us, at a certain age of our adolescence, I'll go around the age of puberty, we start seeing BS, we stop caring. Most of us need a lot of truth to keep our motivation and our progress. When we start seeing BS, we start hustling. We start looking for another way. We start not giving a damn about ourselves. So from what I've seen myself, what I've even felt myself, I'll go to school, I'll go work, I'll try and make somebody happy, I'll do this. The original thing for a man to do is understand his surroundings, provide a foundation, take care of the family. After that becomes money. After that becomes how much money, how much success. Then it comes notoriety. Then it comes popularity. Then it comes all of those steps. Once you see BS at any level, you're going to stop. I've seen that with a lot of us within ourselves. I've tried to change my aspect so I don't get stuck or put in the poverty level, but I myself am becoming exhausted from what I'm seeing and from how much is wrong and how much I can't make do to what I'm entitled to and what I have a right to, but they are stopping. So the BS is what's killing us as men more than anything. That'd be my best answer, as generally specific as possible, because I can't go too deep. Just being straight up.
Thank you.
Geez, this on you, brother.
Oh, on me? Oh,
You,
sorry.
yeah, you have anything else on this? Yeah, talk to me. How you feeling right now?
Not really. I think you guys both explained what need to be said, so I agree with both of you guys. Like, you have to take care of your own individuality, right? I understand, yeah, men doesn't get the rights or whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to take the steps and do what you need to do, right? So that's all I have to say.
Personal accountability, basically. Personal accountability, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wise words being spoken. Eleanor, back on you. We rolling around this like the this looks like the Partridge Family, like with the little squares. Back on you, Eleanor. If anybody else doesn't have anything, what we can do, right? We'll take closing statement, right? I guess we kind of got a closing statement from Jeeve. We'll roll back around, Eleanor, one more time. We'll roll back around, and we'll do it like that. I said enough already. God damn it! I said too much. Like niggas got sound bites off me tonight. But in closing, Eleanor, talk to us. And where's Chrissy? Damn it, where's Chrissy?
Yeah,
I'm like, who's missing?
I don't really have anything more to say. I was kind of confused by like the title of the Red Pill, and then like, I mean, in the Red Pill was supposed to be like about like, I mean, on the Matrix, it's about the truth. It's about learning the facts, and you can't ever return. Once you've gone down the rabbit hole, you can't return to, that life you once believed in before. And like I said, it was about choices. And when they're framing it, like, it just seemed strange to me. It was very confusing because that's not, because I set out watching it all for it. Like, yes, finally some shit's gonna be like. You're going, wait, that doesn't.
The whole document was pretty confusing, but there was a little bit.
All together. We watched it together. I didn't watch it previously too. I always like skim through it.
Another topic without like follow through, and that was hard for me to follow with it. Like,
copy, because you wasn't feeling the shit.
No, I mean, I was though. I went into it very excited and feeling it. When the stuff started going out there, that I was like, wait, that doesn't.
I was disappointed.
Doesn't sound right.
Like, and I mean, I fact check everything, even the shit I'm into. I fact check.
I know you're right.
Because I don't believe anyone. It's kind of like the X-Files. Trust no one, but they want you to know the truth is out there.
That was my show. That was my show.
We don't trust you, motherfucker. So fact checking. If I don't trust you, I'm going
for decades. I don't care. I'm still like this.
Yo, Eleanor, for me real quick.
Yeah, like what?
I figure everybody out there is trying to pull something over on everybody. So
yeah,
listen. And narratives are being pushed, right? Because we're gonna go in, but I'm gonna give this shit a break. We're gonna get into some fun shit for the next couple of weeks, and then we're gonna get back into the whole, right? We're gonna get back into the concept, not any particular conspiracy theories in general that we're gonna talk about, but the concept of what a conspiracy theorist is. Because look, like you, that's a segue right there, Eleanor. Everybody or certain people are trying to push certain narratives, whether it be certain news channels pushing a left, a right, a neutral, an independent agenda, right? An independent filmmaker shedding light on something, but wanted to swing it in the favor of you understand what I'm saying? Kind of swing the narrative in one direction. But that's television, that's entertainment, that's the world we live in, right? So what we have to do is, right, every meal we consume, something like that, like we went into this shit, like Eleanor said, like, damn, I'm looking to consume a good meal, but it was lackluster. It left, what should I use? What term should I use? It left, it left a desire for more. It didn't really give what the
It left me worried.
flavor was.
Flavor.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like throw this shit in the garbage. I need to call Uber Eats. Is how she felt about it,
And
right?
go
And I
back to that.
right? And we respect that shit, right?
They don't pay for our bills.
Wait, go ahead. What happened, Roni?
I said, I'm calling their name. They don't pay our bills.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, it's no checks cut because they would have to cut 5 fucking checks. Actually 6. They would have to cut Anthony Davis for 1, even though he had to leave early. He got to get paid for the full day. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So. We're gonna make some rounds and we're gonna get up out of here. This is cool because I thought this would go a little further, right? And this is good because this could let me I can pull back up on the brother that was doing some more red pill shit. And I'm just gonna let that shit rock now instead of pulling back up later.
Yes.
Right. So I wanna get some for those that gotta drop out while I'm running this little clip right here, because this is just an interview of a quote unquote red pilled man, right? This is what we saw in the beginning of this episode. So Eleanor, you may have missed this gentleman, right?
I am
You may
going
have
to drop.
missed
I
him.
apologize. I got to go because I got to get up at 3:30 in the morning. But big ups to the broadcast,
What do you
man.
do?
Appreciate you. Big ups to everybody in the chat. G, it's good seeing you. Eleanor, you already know I got
seeing
the
you
back.
too,
Matter of
yeah.
fact, I had to stand up for you
Always.
yesterday in case you missed it. I just want to let you know. T. Roney, good to see you with your sitting self and your. You was a mess. Smoke, I appreciate you, man. And
Oh,
like I
love,
said, man,
baby.
just keep me in the loop, man, for real. I'm going to holler
All
at y'all
day, every
during the
day.
week, though.
Tony D. Right? Thank you for pulling up, Tony D. So I'm gonna let that run. So I know some of you guys gotta pull up out of here and got things to do. I'm gonna hang out for a while. I'm gonna watch this because I actually didn't watch this either. So like T. Roney will tell you, she never knows what she's walking into when she comes on to the studio to know what's going on. So she never knows. So everything is always live reaction, just like it is for you guys when I kind of invite y'all up, like, come on, come fuck with me. You know what I mean? Everything is live reaction, right? And like I said, once again, disclaimer, Secondhand Smoke podcast. Like I say, that was fair use. That was just something to drum up conversation, god damn it, and it worked. Right. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna make one more round of any, you guys, where could we your pages, your blogs, your social media, where can we contact you, Jeeves?
You can just find me on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is Mr. Twix. That's my DJ name, Mr. Twix. You can find me on full name on Facebook, and I'm usually there.
One more thing, Jeeves. We didn't get a chance. Usually, I walk people through. I want everybody to know who you are and what you do. You want to give any information about what you do
Yeah,
so people can know who you are?
I work in the entertainment business, so I pretty much do everything in the entertainment. So I'm a DJ. I work for Hollywood. I work for Skydance. I do audio for films, pictures. I'm also a DJ, touring DJ. I'm a drummer, hired musician. I run my own studio. I mix, master, and record bands and stuff. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
Man,
So,
you wear more hats than a hat now. You know that bag looking good too. God damn it.
Oh, Foamy gets in here. Hey, Foamy.
Foamy, you want to come up real quick? This is my boy right here. Foamy is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for pulling up in the chat. Homie, I'll send you an invite if you want to come up. We just we kind of had a full show already. We kind of were kicking it. If you have something set up, you can come up. No, you good? Okay, no problem. But thanks for coming in and checking us out. We're gonna hang out for a little while longer for those that can. We were doing a Red Pill show actually, and we were doing Red Pill Revelations, going over a few concepts of this quote unquote Red Pill movement and thing. And so hang out if you got a couple of minutes. Oh, long day. All right, yo, get some rest, man. Long day. Your hair ain't combed. For those that don't know, like, share, subscribe. Foamy Homie, a very interesting experience. Very visually stimulating for those that don't know. Yeah, it's a great show. Check him out. That's one of my homies, and I hope to have him on in a couple of weeks so he could come represent with the Smoke team. This is the Team Smoke right here. Eleanor Marie, where can we touch you? Not touch you, excuse the language. Where can we get in touch with you? And that sounds kind of wrong.
This red pill just got.
Me too. Motherfucker be on the Me Too. Like, yo, he said, where can I touch you? What the my bad. Where can we get in touch with you? View your content, your pages, etc., etc. Talk to us, Eleanor.
You can find me on Haps at Crooked Muse _Eleanor, or no, it's _ELE. And then from there in my bio is all the links to everything else. Make it easy.
There you go, Eleanor Marie, y'all. Ronnie Robinson, talk to us. Let us know what it do.
Hey, I'm here on Haps every Sunday night smoke, and some Fridays after secondhand smoke. I'm at Haps T-Roni, at Haps TV, and Twitter, and Facebook, and YouTube.
That's what's up. T-Roni in the building. So I'm gonna bring you guys down. Oh, hello from Texas, Brian TX in the house. What up? I gotta definitely give honorable shout out to the fashionably late people pulling up. Every time I'm like, all right, y'all, somebody
I
new
know.
pulling up.
Just when you're
Like,
ending, that's when people pull up. It's like, what
but listen, I appreciate the support. Thanks for supporting Sunday Night Smoke Podcast, and everybody that's up here that shows love and shows up. And I know you guys bring your followers over when you appear on the show because they're interested in what you got to say and everything. So I definitely appreciate that as well. I want to pull back up into this end thing though, because like this will probably be the how can I call it? The let's see, could it be the last of the installments, last of the Red Pill installments, shall I say? I mean, it was a two-piece. It was a two-piece 2-part series. Like a lot of times we get to do a little 2-part series thingy. And that's kind of what it is. So this was a part, this is a part 2. So instead of me making it a part 3, I can just say fuck it and just roll into this right here and roll us out on this. So for those that want to hang around, and you can hang around in the chat, but this is gonna be a while. So I can sign you guys can sign off, right? I'll bring you guys down one by one. Thanks for coming up once again. I'll bring you guys down one by one. I'll try to pull this bad boy right back up here again. And I'm just gonna roll with this. And I'm gonna just let this rock. And this will probably leave Eleanor, like, hang out if you can for a little while before you jump on a different broadcast or something, or set
I'm gonna
something
stay
on.
and watch. I was just muting myself.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I kind of want to hang out. Yeah, I kind of want to hang out with people for a little while because I'm gonna keep the Red Pill going. Brian TX. We're gonna hang out for a little while. Like, I'm gonna let this shit rock, and hopefully this will do a little better justice to the situation, right? So I'm gonna bring this back up. Right, hang on. Let me set this off right here. Let me bring this back up. Should I run this from the top again, Ronnie, or should I just let it? I think she's going. Is she going? Yeah.
I think you could run it from the top. So
Take it from the top, right? So
Yeah,
everybody can feel it.
because a lot of people just came in right now. Right.
All right, facts. So I'm gonna run this from the top. This is being red pilled in a blue pilled world, featuring Ed Lattimore. Okay, so we're gonna bring this to the top. This is the interview on, I guess, maybe on a 21 network. Okay, this is fair use as usual, and let's go back in on this. Let's check this shit out. 21 convention, fair use, y'all, fair use.
We got no volume.
My bad, I fucked up the volume, right? Ed Lattimore, y'all, former boxer, all that other good shit.
So
Let's
good
go.
morning to everyone, and I hope you got your black coffee, very black. It's the only way I drink, and everybody who follows me on Twitter knows I got this running series of coffee so black jokes. And it'd be weird if you came up and I was drinking coffee with cream. That's why I say the best part about these kind of things is that you get to see the authentic person behind the internet persona. So I'm not a phony. I'm drinking black coffee like the rest of you. So My speech today, my presentation today, as you can see, titled Being Red Pill in a Blue Pill World, How to Keep Your Mind and Soul in the Madness. When I was thinking about what I was going to say to everyone, I wanted to draw on something personal to me because I'm a big believer that if you're going to do anything involving putting yourself out there, whether it be content or even working, that you should come from a position of experience and not just theory. And so for me, everyone's got their event that makes them red pilled. My event was at 23. I went through a harsh breakup and started dating a girl who was seeing a few other guys. And long story short, she tricked me and made me think that I had a child on the way that was not mine. And eventually I learned it was not the other guys either who we thought it was another guy. So we go through this. I'm like, man, how did this happen? I thought I was a savvy guy, but turns out, man, your ego can be incredibly blinding. So I went through this phase and when I was 23, mostly 22, 23, 24, where I was really, I was a voracious consumer of red pill content and really trying to figure out how to make sure I would never be in a position to accept such meager offerings in my life in terms of women ever again. What you learn, though, is not everyone is interested in the truth. Not everyone's interested in knowing how things work. They just want things to work out, hopefully magically. And if it's not, this life wasn't just for them. And when you talk to those people, some of them are going to be your friends, your family. In fact, most of them are going to be. Very few of us, and that's why we're all here from all around the world, very few of us got so lucky that we were surrounded by a bunch of like-minded.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Knew what the game was all about. So I had to figure out how to exist amongst these people, and I failed miserably in many ways. And today I'm going to talk about not only how I failed, but how I want some of you who are in various stages of swallowing this pill, how you can go on and not be lonely because, like Socrates was saying in his speech before, loneliness is a big deal. And we may not be birds of the same feather, but we can definitely flock together. And if we don't, we're going to fall. So let's get on with it.
Fair use.
Quick review for the older guys who know this, or the veterans and some of the new guys. What's
Get
the
those
blue
likes
pill?
up.
And what is the red pill?
Like, share,
I'm one of those
subscribe.
people. I know there's some debate about this, but my stance is that you can be red pilled about anything. It doesn't just apply to women. However, today we're going to be talking about it in the context of relationships. But you can be red pill about politics, about nutrition, all of these things. But what is blue pill? Molding your life to the expectations of society, regardless of what your desires are. Many of us are just going along to get along. We're not going along to make ourselves healthy. Believe in everything you're told about how things are without questioning how they work. It's like Santa Claus, man. You tell a kid for so long that Santa exists, and then the kid's gonna get mad at you one day when you go, you know what? Those presents didn't just fall down the chimney.